Hello everyone, my name is Brittany Sweigart, and for my career Genogram activity, I depicted both sets of my grandparents, my mother and father and all their siblings, and then me and my one sibling, and tried my best to list as much information about them as I know. I am not in constant contact with my parents either, so I don't really get a chance to learn a lot about my extended family. So I included as much as I know off the top of my head and from what I could research. But I definitely noticed a lot of things from what I did write down and what I was able to look at once I finished the genogram and was able to view it in its completion. I did notice that a lot more people in my family have degrees than what I really thought about. My parents, not one of them. Although my mom now has her bachelor's degree, but I got my bachelor's degree before she got her bachelor's degree. So that was not something that really affected my school choices or my career choices for that matter. In fact, pretty much all my parents' influence over me, as far as my career choices has been going to college and getting a stable job. My dad has shifted gears in his job careers many times over his lifetime and over my lifetime especially, and that has caused a lot of problems in our family, and I am grateful for that influence because I've been able to learn that that's not something that I want. I want to have more stability, especially for my future children. But my mom has always been a nurse, and she's always been a working mother, a hardworking mother, and that has caused problems, but it's been more of a role model type situation for me and has always been very influential to me. Same thing with my aunts and uncles who went on to pursue their degrees. I have one uncle on my father's side who has his PhD, and he never married, but he is pretty happy, and he works really hard, and he's retired now. And I also have one uncle on my mom's side who is a genius and works for Google and can't tell us about what he does exactly for a living because it's like top secret. And then all these other things. And I don't plan on getting my doctorate degree or anything, getting my PhD, but I have noticed, like, I have my aunt who's a teacher, my sister's a teacher, and my mom's a nurse, and all these other things, and lots of housewives in our family. But what I've ultimately noticed is that there's a lot of helping professions within my family, and I think that's probably the biggest connection that I noticed between the other people in my family and myself, and that's probably where that came from, is we all kind of live to serve. That's kind of like our family motto. And that is really the basis of where all my thoughts came from. If I were to use this activity with my preferred population, which is clinical mental health, particularly, hopefully, with eating disorder patients, this might be a good idea for being able to kind of dissect a little bit more the influence of my patient's family on their disorder and maybe the other disorders that kind of usually accompany eating disorders, such as depression. For example, maybe my client or my patient's parents are very, very well educated and highly respected and regarded in the community and have a lot going on and have maybe have some marital tension that might kind of open the door to kind of talk about insecurities that they feel, and maybe feelings of inadequacy that kind of come from their family. And the other option B would be it could kind of serve as an insight to, okay, this is what I'm living for. This is the big picture. It could help me help them focus on planning career goals and giving them something to look forward to in the future, and making them realize that if you continue to get sicker and sicker, you won't be able to achieve these goals. So maybe that will be kind of a segue into talking about the future for them. So I think that could be potentially very beneficial. Thank you.